What if I told you there's a way to make him miss you so deeply that even his favorite distractions won't work? Yes, it's possible to stay on his mind all day. He will text you first, call you more often, and take you out more frequently, and even miss you like crazy. All you need to know are some secret methods to get into his mind. All the happy couples you see out there are because those ladies are using these secret methods, and you can do the same. That's why in the next few minutes I shall reveal 10 of the most powerful secret ways to make your man miss you like crazy and even desire you so badly. Without wasting any more time, let's dive in right away. Number 10. Play the signature move. Ladies, let's start with something that's more relatable to all of us. A signature thing in relationships. I'm not talking about the writing signature. It's about the signature things like gifts or anything else that will remind you of him. And trust me, there are a lot more of these things than you might expect. Let me clarify with a quick example. Let me take you on a scenario where he is about to take you to a restaurant to ensure that you guys have a good time as a couple. Now, since this will be a memorable moment, you may enhance the overall situation by gifting him something that will play a signature role in your relationship. Like, let's say gifting a perfume. I am taking perfume as an example because it not only makes the best gift but also evokes emotions whenever a person uses it. Like that special and unique scent that you selected after exploring the whole market will always remind him of you whenever he wears it. Now, besides perfumes, it could be any and many other things, such as coloring markers, a keychain, a mug with your name on it, if he loves coffee, that is, and even a hoodie. All these things either give a person pleasure or they give him comfort, which will lead him to miss you at least once when he will look at that signature. You see, guys won't always admit it, but these subtle things hit hard. He might glance at that keychain while rushing to work and get reminded of that inside joke that you share. All these things will make him smile out of nowhere, but remember to follow these tips when you play the signature move. The first thing, don't overdo it. When we do something in excess, it loses value. For example, if you give him perfume every month or gift him stuff every 10 days, well, he won't see them as valuable anymore. Secondly, make it feel very natural, like sometimes just pretend that it happens. Thirdly, don't give him regular stuff. Give him things that are either very rare or only have limited versions. Number 9. Let him crave more. Have you ever heard the quote that says, "The rarer something is, the more precious it becomes"? This quote is so applicable to every relationship, and it's way easier to do as a lady than you think. All you have to do is let him crave you more instead of fulfilling his desires. And how to do it? Let me explain with this quick example. I want you to think about your favorite pizza that you haven't had or enjoyed for at least a week now. Now, think about a regular egg roll bowl, or anything that you eat on a regular basis, that is. Which one would you like to have right now? The answer may vary depending on the situation, but I assume most of you ladies would like to have your favorite pizza more when you are hungry. Similarly, let's say you are watching an entire series in one day, but the last episode is still to be released. Well, this will make you want to watch it even more compared to the rest of the episodes because, well, you don't have access to it. This is called the scarcity rule, and it's very powerful in relationships. This rule taps into our psychology. It means that we tend to crave things more that we cannot easily get. So, if you don't make things available to him very easily, well, then he'll crave you more. Take your presence as an example. Don't be available all the time. Make it a bit difficult for him to enjoy your company, such as don't pick up the phone right away or don't accept every plan that he makes. Show yourself as a busy person who can't be available all the time. Don't let him in your bed whenever he wants to. Instead, make him wait for it, or he has to put effort in to get what he wants. This way, he will miss you even more. Every time he wants something from you and won't get it, this will make him crave you and ultimately miss you. The key here is balance. You don't have to come across as uninterested or cold. It's also about being engaged when you're together but also having a life outside of him. Hang out with your friends, dive into your hobbies, or just take a night out to unwind with your own self. Number 8. End the conversations first. Did it ever occur to you that you wanted to talk to him more, but he has to leave suddenly? If yes, you know how it feels, like he kind of stays on your mind when he ends the conversation first. Well, that magic of ending the conversation first, well, it works because it leaves the person hanging on for a while, especially when he wants it to continue for a little longer. Let's understand it with an example that's most relatable in our times. Those never-ending conversations on mobile phones. We can literally go on for hours and hours. So let's say you guys are texting each other. Now it's been some time now, and now it's starting to feel like the spice of the conversation is about to end, and the rest of the chat will only be a drag. So before it goes that way, which will bore him, you end the conversation first. You can casually say, "Hey, I've got to run, but I'll talk to you later." Or maybe you're on the phone and things are flowing well. You could say, "Well, this has been fun, but I gotta get going. Chat soon." This will make him wonder, why did you leave the conversation all of a sudden, especially when he was enjoying the talk. This will lead him to think about you. If the conversation is very enjoyable and far from going to the end, well, leaving at that point will make him miss you even more. But when do you do it? Well, it is essential to do it right. If you are face to face, leave with a quick smile so he doesn't feel really ignored. If on the phone, give a natural but quick explanation, not a prolonged one. You can say, "Going out with my parents, talk later." Don't give him an explanation like why you are going to or how much time it is going to take for you. You want to create a spark of curiosity, and going into details won't help with that. Moreover, it's about showing that your time is valuable and you can't be there all day just talking on the phone. And trust me, this is not rude. This is super attractive. Number 7. Create your own world. Do you consider your man to be your whole world? Well, frankly, that's going to be a problem for you. What I mean by that? Well, when your whole world revolves around only him, he begins to see you as a clingy person, and trust me, everyone wants to get away from a clingy person, let alone miss her. He sees a person who is too dependent on him and has no life outside of him, which is not an attractive thing. But the opposite of it can be a miracle, especially when you want him to worry about losing you. So, what's the opposite of it? Well, it's creating your own world that exists with him or without him. When you have your own independent life that doesn't include him, it's not only making you more appealing, it's also leading him to miss you. Like he would want to be with you when you work on your hobbies or hang with your friends. Now, it doesn't mean that you kick him out of your life. It's just about having a separate time scheduled for yourself, a time that you will enjoy. Let me explain. Any woman can benefit from having hobbies, goals, and social activities that are independent of her relationship. Imagine diving into a passion like painting, writing, or hiking regularly. It could be a daily going out to the gym, hanging out with friends, or even taking dance classes. So here are some tips for creating your own world. Use the time that you might spend waiting for him to get home or texting him nonstop to focus on your career. Dive into new projects, sign up for free online courses, or work on your professional growth plan. Trips or weekend getaways with friends, or even go solo. Don't wait for him to plan all your adventures. Explore new places on your own. Instead of always wanting his attention, get into activities like painting, gardening, or cooking. And rather than seeking constant reassurance from him, treat yourself to meditation, reading, or relaxing with a spa day. Number 6. Unexpected texts at random times. Sending thoughtful texts at random times is a powerful way to make him miss you and think about you often. It's not just about texting for the sake of it, but about sending a message that catches him off guard and stirs up emotions, whether it's romance or love. Think about how nice it feels when someone you care about reaches out unexpectedly. It can brighten your whole day, right? That's exactly what you want to do. Imagine this. It's been a few hours since you last talked, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, he gets a text from you that says, "Hey, I was just thinking about how much I love hearing your voice. I can't wait to talk to you again." It's sweet, romantic, and unexpected. It shows that you're thinking about him, but not in a desperate or clingy way. Instead, it's genuine and heartfelt, and it leaves him with a warm feeling, making him miss you even more. Or maybe you send him something like, "I hope your day is as amazing as you are." Just wanted to remind you that I'm thinking about you. These little random reminders tell him that you're thinking about him without making him feel overwhelmed. It's subtle, but it leaves an impression, especially because it's not something that he's expecting in the moment. The key is timing and authenticity. Don't text him just because you feel like you have to. Wait for the right moment, when something reminds you of him, or even when you're just enjoying a quiet moment to yourself and thinking of him. When he gets a message like that, it'll hit him harder than a bunch of texts throughout the whole day. It shows him that you have a life, but you still have him on your mind, and that's incredibly powerful. Also, don't do it all the time because then it won't be a surprise message anymore. Number 5. Leave things deliberately. What if I tell you that leaving things intentionally at his place or in front of him is a clever yet effective way to make him miss you? Leaving things means that you intentionally leave something that belongs to you at his place and pretend that you forgot about it. Now, let me explain how it helps in ruling his thoughts. Assume that you are at his place and you guys are having a good time in each other's company. And when it's time to go, you make it look like you are in a rush. And in the process, well, you forgot to wear your scarf or your jacket. And when you are gone, well, he sees your scarf and he's going to think about you. And it's not just a thought. He's going to think about how he should return it to you. Maybe he will leave you a message or he will come to your place to return it. Either way, you will remain in his mind as long as he keeps your things. Now, besides leaving your scarf or your jacket, there could be many other things that are effective. It could be a necklace that he gifted you, a beanie, a photo of you two, or even as simple as a water bottle. Moreover, this method works best because you have to go a little bit longer for a while. For example, if you are going on a tour for your parents or summer vacation, leaving something precious at his place will keep him reminded of you for these few months. It's not like you won't be in contact with him, but a physical thing will evoke his emotions and he will crave your presence. Number 4. Have adventures with him. Ladies, adventures are unique experiences that keeps memories alive. We all have experienced different adventures in our lives, and one thing is for sure, it's not just the places that make them memorable, it's the people in those adventures too. Like whenever you think about learning skiing at a skiing spot, you don't just think about the snow or the skiing, you also think about the people who were with you at that time. That's how memories work, and that's how we miss people. So, as you may guess now, having adventures with your man is one of the best ways to make him miss you like crazy when you are away. Now, what kind of experiences am I talking about? Well, surely the touristy spots come first when we connect with nature and feel better there, but they could also be just regular weekly plans like hanging out with him, shopping together, or watching a movie together in a theater. It could be as simple as sitting in a park and having a sandwich together. It could even be as simple as preparing a memorable dinner together at home. When you share these moments, you're not just creating memories, you're also building a deeper connection. And these adventures show him that you're spontaneous, open-minded, and full of life. And that's magnetic. He'll remember the laughs, the moments of excitement, and even the little inside jokes that come from these adventures, making him crave more of that energy that you bring into his life. Number 3. Let him take initiative. Alright, ladies, now I'd like to ask you a question. Are you the only one who's always planning the dates? Are you the one to text him first all the time? And do you plan other day activities yourself? Well, if yes, then you might need to reconsider this whole thing and start letting him take the initiative. Let me explain why this is essential to make him miss you in your relationship. You see, your partner enjoys everything you do, from planning dates to buying groceries. But since you do it on your own, well, he never has to put any effort into it. And when you stop planning everything, then at first he might feel lonely, and later on he will feel a bit desperate or crave your presence, which will push him to ask you out and plan dates. But it's not just about starving him for attention, it's also about letting him take the lead. Men are natural leaders, and they like those women who let them take charge of their relationships. And this means that he will miss you more when you are away because you make him feel like a man, and that matters a lot to guys. So, it's as simple as that. In order to do it right, just step back for a little while and let him take the initiative in literally everything in the relationship. And when you are less active, you will realize how he wants to approach you more. Number 2, don't agree with everything. Now, what if I tell you the way you can handle your arguments has a direct impact on how he thinks about you or misses you in your absence? It's true. If you agree to everything, the chances are low that he misses you when you are not there. This may sound irrelevant, but there is a solid connection, and let me explain. You see, men are wired to perceive strong women. And when I say strong, I mean mentally strong with a powerful personality, a woman who defends what she believes. And many women make this mistake that they agree to everything with their partner, just to make him happy or avoid conflict. But trust me, if you do this, guys will take you as a weak person who doesn't defend his perspectives. When he sees you as weak, he is naturally wired to not think about you as much. Contrary to this, if you disagree with him in arguments and stick to your points and defend it with logical points, well then you will be taken as a strong woman. And when you calmly voice your thoughts, it shows emotional maturity and helps foster a more balanced relationship. And this means that you guys are more likely to emotionally connect when you keep your own values, which leads them to miss you even more. Just remember that you don't disagree to everything because you don't want to be perceived as negative. Agree to common thoughts and only disagree where conflict appears. Also, it is essential to stay polite and keep your voice soft and down, and keep smiling when you disagree. You must not come across as rude or an impulsive person. Number 1, look good. Alright ladies, let's talk about the most important and the last one on our list. It's you keeping yourself in your best version. In other words, looking good. This may sound a little materialistic on the men's part, but let's be real here. While girls are emotionally driven, guys are designed to be more visual. They like and appreciate things that they see, and it stays on their mind much longer compared to the ladies. So it's true that when you look really good, your man will tend to think about you more and even miss you. Now, it doesn't really mean wearing a lot of makeup all the time either, because it's realistically impossible anyways. Looking good always means taking care of your health with regular exercise, nutrition, and staying hydrated. It's also about skincare with natural treatments and preventing it from an extra tan. But most importantly, it's about wearing dresses that perfectly fit your personality and enhance your ornaments with jewelry. Appear more feminine by any means necessary, and men tend to remember the way a woman carries herself, so when you take pride in how you look, it creates a lasting impression. And with this, let's go ahead and end our video here, ladies. And if you enjoyed and find it informative, support us by liking and subscribing to our channel. You may also connect with us in the comment section, and we'll see you again soon.